On today's client, we are carrying out an underarm wax. This is a male client, so we're going to be using our First Mate hot wax range. This range was designed for really strong, coarse hair, so it's ideal for this particular client. So to begin the treatment, we're going to start by using Waxperts cleanser on a damp cotton pad, and we're thoroughly going to cleanse over the area we're about to wax. Our next step is to apply Waxperts pre-wax oil, and we're going to apply this on with our hands so we're not wasting any product. We're going to apply it nice and firmly onto the skin, making sure that we're protecting the surrounding skin and really making sure that it's getting down past those hairs onto the skin so we have a nice barrier on the skin at all times. This will help prevent any kind of skin lifting or bruising. You can then, using some small couch roll, just tissue off any excess of the product. Just glide your hand over the area to make sure that you have a nice slip on the skin. Once you're happy with your skin prep, you're then ready to wax. So we're going to hold back the hair using good firm pressure. We're applying our wax down to the most hair-free area. You can see Waxperts First Mate Hot Wax goes on super thin, but it has great grip for those strong, coarse hairs. We're now going to do the upper section. So again, we're going to hold back the hair, and then we're only leaving a small amount of hair that we wish to take. So we're doing nice, small, manageable sized patches at all times. This will ensure that we get better removal, and it's more comfortable then for the client as well. We're then going to repeat these steps on the opposite side. So again, using good firm pressure, holding our spatula upright like a pen, we're bringing the wax down to a nice hair-free area and curving off a lip for easy removal. We're then going to do the upper section. So again, making sure that you're using your non-waxing hand to hold back any hair that you don't wish to take. And making sure you smooth out all your wax so that your wax patches are nice and even. Now we're ready to remove. So we're going to stretch, a quick pull, and glide over to relieve any sting. So we apply this one up, so we're going to remove by pulling down, glide, again to relieve any sting. Pull up, glide over, and a good stretch, quick pull down and glide over. You can see here this client has some blood spotting, which is very normal for a male client, especially because their hairs are very dense and quite coarse. This is also this client's first ever underarm wax, so this is a normal step. Just make sure that you cleanse the area, cool the skin down, and dispose of that cotton pad then straight away. Since we've cleansed and cooled down the skin, we need to go back in and re-protect the skin then with some Waxperts pre-wax oil. Again, to make sure that we have that nice barrier and that protection on the skin at all times. Again, just tissuing off any excess of the product. So again, just making sure that we're parting the hair, holding back any unwanted hair, keeping our wax patches nice and manageable, using good firm pressure, and again, always remembering to leave a lip for removal in a hair-free area. We're now going to do the upper section. So again, holding back any unwanted hair and applying our wax patch up to our most hair-free area. Again, making sure that our wax patches are going on nice and thinly. So again, just working in small sections, making sure that we're bringing our wax patch to where there's no hair. So then when we grip, we'll never have that picking sensation out of hair. It'd be a lot more comfortable and easier for us as a therapist. So our aim is to have get the 4 patches on. So 2 on each underarm if we can. Now we're ready to remove. So our lower section we applied down, so we pull up, making sure to glide over to relieve any sting. And on our upper section we apply up, so we pull down. You can see on this patch, you can see all the roots. So nice clean removal. So again, we're just cooling the skin down if there's any blood spots, using fresh cotton pad with some Waxperts cleanser on it. And always remembering to dispose of them then straight away. Again, making sure that we re-protect the skin with the Waxperts pre-wax oil, so we always have that nice slip and glide on the skin. Tissue off any of the excess product. So we're just working our way in, keeping it in small, manageable sized patches. And always making sure to use your non-waxing hand to hold back any unwanted hair. We're just going to add on a small amount of wax here now, just to make sure that we have a better lip. So if you find that you don't bring over enough wax to get that good, lip on for easier removal, just go back and just add on a small amount of wax. Then again, just always repeating then on the opposite side. So working our way in towards the centre. The main thing that is very important here is to make sure that we're separating the hair, that we're not catching any unwanted hair into our wax patches, because this could lead to breakage and poor removal. So it's very important to separate the hair or hold the hair back with your non-waxing hand, and always just take small, manageable size patches at a time. Now we're ready to remove. So a good stretch on the skin, quick pull and glide. Brilliant. You can really see each of those hairs has the root on it, so we're really getting it from the root by using this technique. So again, this blood spotting is perfectly normal for this particular client. It's a first time wax. The hair is super strong, super coarse. So just making sure that we're always cooling the skin down and disposing of that cotton pad straight away. And then going back in to re-protect the skin with the Waxperts pre-wax oil. So again, just still working in towards the centre, separating the hair and making sure we're applying our wax patches nice and small, using good firm pressure, applying it in one direction and always leaving our lip for removal in a nice hair-free area. We're then going to do the same on the upper section, keeping our patches nice and manageable in size. And always making sure our lip for removal is in a hair-free area. So again, just parting this hair. Good firm pressure is really important to make sure that those hairs are embedded into this wax patch. So if you apply your wax patch and you find that a lot of hair is left behind, that's generally down to not be applying enough pressure on application. So poor pressure would mean you'd get poor removal. So again, just using really good firm pressure. And this time we're applying our wax patch up on the upper section to our most hair-free area. And curving off a lip for good removal. So good stretch, quick pull and glide. A good stretch, quick pull and glide. We're going to repeat this on the opposite side. You can see this wax patch is already lifting up for us. That's a good indication that we have enough oil on the skin. So again, a good pull and glide. Stretch the skin and glide. So again, just cooling the skin down when needed, using your Waxperts cleanser on a damp cotton pad. Again, always making sure to re-protect the skin with the Waxperts pre-wax oil. This is a lavender based oil, so we're constantly applying this to the skin, which has lavender essential oil in it. So it's lovely and calming and soothing, and it's really helping with any redness in the skin. Again, just separating the hair just to make it more comfortable for the client. Always sticking to my rule of keeping those wax patches nice and manageable in size. I want to make this treatment as comfortable as possible for this client, especially it's his first ever underarm wax. So a good stretch, quick pull and glide. The same on the opposite side. A good stretch, quick pull and glide. And again, just always cooling down that skin. And going back in and re-protecting the skin then with the Waxperts pre-wax oil. And now for our final patches. Again, we can bring it now to any kind of area because most of the underarm is hair free now. So you could either bring your wax patch up or down or to the side. Just always making sure that you have that good firm pressure on application. The same on this side. So good stretch, quick pull and glide. So again, you can see every single root on those hairs. Nice clean removal. So again, we're just cooling the client's skin down. And then we're going to re-protect the skin with some more Waxperts pre-wax oil. We're then going to do some tidy up patches just to remove any last remaining few hairs that may have been left behind. Now, so when doing your tidy up patches, you can apply them in the opposite way to the way you initially applied them. So for example, if you apply your upper section going up, you are now going to apply it going down. And again, trying to get your wax on nice and thinly to really encase those hairs into your wax patch. The same for this side. So normally our upper section we apply it up. So this time we're going to apply it coming down, just to remove any last remaining hairs and to help lift those hairs into our wax patch. So we applied it down, so we're now going to pull it up. The same with this one, we've applied it down, so we're going to remove by pulling up. Great. And then normally our lower section, we normally apply those wax patches coming down. So this time we're going to apply it coming up. And this will really help us catch any last remaining few hairs. So again, just putting on any few little wax patches that you may need. Now they're ready to remove. So we can see just one or two hairs there. So we're just going to apply another tidy up patch here. Again, just making sure we're getting it on nice and thinly and using good strong pressure on application. Then to finish the treatment, you're always going to apply your Waxperts cleanser on damp cotton pads, and you can then apply a very small amount of the Waxperts after wax oil, and you can then tissue off any excess of the product. So the cleanser again to cool down the skin, and the after wax oil then will help soothe and protect the skin post wax. And we're all done.